Hey everybody, Christopher Mink from Everything iCafe, and it is just a beautiful day today, so I couldn't think of anything better than going inside and doing an installation and review of the Wrapsol screen protector, and they call it something else, digital device protective film installation on the iPhone 4. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just wash up real quickly and make sure that we have no dust or dirt or grime on our hands. Okay, we're clean. Okay, so we've got our iPhone 4. Let's put that aside and quickly unbox this guy, take a look at what we have, and then we can start the process. So there's the packaging. You've got a nice soft cloth. You've got your spray, which is probably similar to Windex. Looks like a pretty fair amount. And you've got a squeegee. Put that aside for now. And proceeding to the right-hand side, application instructions. So you don't need those because you're watching this handy video, but it's fallback. So we'll put that aside. And as you can see here, I've got the full kit. I believe they have an easy install, which is no easier. It's just two pieces. So for this video, we're going to install both the front and the back. We're not going to show you the installation of the sides, but we'll show you the end result of the sides. So without further ado, we take the iPhone 4. As you can see here, I'm just using a little compressed air to get any dust or particles, and also using the included Wrapsol. Also in a very well-lit area, you want to make sure that you can see what you're doing. So my hands are washed, and now I'm just going to spray some of the solution on them to make sure. And basically what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you take the Wrapsol, the screen protector, that you don't have fingerprints, because if you put fingerprints on the inside of this, you're going to have a fingerprint on the inside of your iPhone case, and you really don't want that. So as you peel it back, start to spray the solution on the actual screen protector. And as you can see here, I've also got a little bit of solution on the iPhone as well. Since this is a flat back on the iPhone 4, a little bit easier, as you can see, to kind of position it, because you don't have the curves and you don't have those corners, which honestly on the iPhone 3G, the iPhone 3GS, the corners are the real pain in the neck. So we're just positioning here. Use a little bit of the squeegee to get some of the solution. And as you can see here, I've got some handy paper towels, just so this way the solution is not sliding down and then going inside of the iPhone 4. So, you want to use caution where you can to just make sure that none of the solution is going into your iPhone, because that would be tragic. You don't want that. So as you can see here, just continuing to squeegee things out. See how we're coming along here. And as you can see, this process has been speeded up. If you have any kinds of fuzz or anything that you notice after you put it on, this is a good time to kind of peel it back, use that solution. You can use your finger and actually remove the piece of fuzz, and then just spray it back and use the squeegee again and put it into place. Now what I did with this particular shield install is that, and you'll notice coming up here in a little bit, is I kind of squeezed it into place into certain areas. So let's see if we can get a close-up here. Let's see, get into focus. And if you don't have full coverage, there is definitely a little bit of give, a little bit of stretch. And there we have it. There I am. You just basically take it and you stretch the shield, actually, the skin. And with the iPhone 4, it's real easy to see where the skin is not covering. And we're finished with the back, and we're moving on to the front. So same process. You're going to want to use the included cloth, make sure that things are, you don't have any dust on it, and then use a little bit of compressed air. Make sure that you have no dust. once again, going through all the process of removing any dust. And also, just a word of advice: if you have pets, you have animals, make sure that you're in an area where they really don't frequent. Because I've done this before, where it's like I thought that I was in a clean environment, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's like I've got a cat hair underneath my screen for the life of my iPhone, and that's not good. So we put plenty of solution on. The more solution you put on, the more you're gonna have to squeegee out, but the more give that you're gonna have when you put it on and you kind of adjust it into position. So as you can see here, lots of solution, and we get the magic squeegee, and we slowly start to squeegee out all of the solution. Slow but sure, we're making our way. Definitely take your time. I mean, that's the key thing with any of these installs. Don't be in a rush. If you do it once and you do it right, you're going to be set. You're not going to have to worry about it. The only time you'll have to worry is if, for whatever reason, if you have a problem with your iPhone, then of course, you're going to lose the shield, because then, if you have to go into a refurbished unit or something along those lines. I mean, it's happened to me where I had a laptop and had to have the keyboard removed. So they had to pull apart the machine, and like I said, I lost the shield on that. But I do believe most of the shield companies, I'm not sure about Wrapsol, but they will allow you to return it for a full refund. So just finishing this up right now, and then we'll provide you with some glory shots of the Wrapsol and what it looks like when you're all finished. This whole process should take you about 24 hours, and that's not to actually put it on. If it took 24 hours to put it on, that'd be brutal. I'd say allow yourself a good half hour to 40 minutes to put it on, just to make sure that you're thorough. And once that process is done, leave it for about 24 hours so it'll cure. When you first put it on, you're going to notice that there's a little bit of, I don't know how you would say it, but you can see like there's a little bit of solution underneath, and that will actually come out over time. You'll see in a second here, you can see how, like if you looked at it right now, you'd say, wow, this looks terrible. And that's just not going to be the case once it cures, at least if you're lucky. At least in my instance with the Wrapsol, that wasn't the case. So that's the install. Let's get to the review portion. So we waited 24 hours, and we got ourselves a cup of coffee, and here's the review. Okay, if you made it through that riveting presentation of the installation of the Wrapsol shield, finally we're at the end. So let's, first things first, let me just tell you, I don't think it's super easy. It definitely, you have to take your time and go through the process, but 24 hours later, I'd say I'm moderately to very pleased with the front of the iPhone, and let's show it to you. I'm gonna have to get the zoom going. Okay, that's in focus. So you can see it doesn't have the orange peel effect, but there are some like minor, I don't know, it almost looks dirty in some spots. It's not terrible, and it's certainly something you're not going to notice when the iPhone's powered on. As you can see here, I didn't do it in the video because it was really a pain in the neck and it was time consuming, but there are, the full kit has different pieces for all the way around the aluminum, which I think is probably more important than the front and the back. So definitely worth doing. And I guess the best part that I found was the back. I mean, the back just looks flat out awesome. I mean, really, you wouldn't even know anything was on there. Gives it more of a matte finish, and it's totally going to protect the back. And I mean, and that's the thing about the Wrapsol or any of these Shield products, is that they're going to offer you the peace of mind that your phone, your iPhone 4, or pretty much any device that you put any of these shields on, is going to be protected. So that wraps it up. Thanks for joining us. And once again, this has been Christopher Mink for everythingicafe.com, and this has been the Wrapsol installation.